Let's redirect focus on the winners. We know avoid the AI head fake. That's risk factor here, right? There are a lot of shiny objects that say we're doing AI, just like Long Island blockchain. We saw that too, right? I'm very intrigued with GlobalFoundries Services. They've got leading edge technology versus others. They won a DoD contract that's got up to $3 billion over 10 years. They're excuse me, they're benefiting from, I believe, CHIPS Act, as well as the European version of CHIPS Act. Any reactions on GFS? Obviously, a competitor to Taiwan Semiconductor. It seems to have a more pure expression than Taiwan Semiconductor, but it isn't as precise as, say, like in ASML, let's say.
The difficulty with GlobalFoundries is like their AI sort of silicon is they don't really make much AI silicon because they've given up on the leading edge, the furthest leading edge, which is 7 nanometer. They stopped there. And if you look at NVIDIA AI chips, they're on 5 nanometer. If you look at the newest TPU V5, it is 5 nanometer from TSMC. So they're not making that component. They're not doing any of the advanced packaging here. And while they are absolutely beneficiaries from some of these other things, CHIPS Act, European and American, some Singaporean subsidies as well, because people forget, but their largest individual manufacturing location is in Singapore, not in the US or Europe. Anyways, they've got like these DoD contracts and such, and those are great. They've got a lot of wins in automotive and RF. These are not really expressions of the AI trade, really, right? So I don't think they've tried to talk up their AI wins too much, right, relative to some of these head fakes. I wouldn't call them a head fake because
I don't think they are either. I don't think they are. They're the leader in photonics, for example.
But so I've written about them being the leader in the photonics space, best silicon photonics company for making the wafers. But you got to remember that not all optics are silicon photonics. A lot of them are like indium phosphide and things like that. And then the other thing is that silicon photonics is such a small percentage of their revenue, right? And okay, even if it triples from here, it's still a small percentage of their revenue, right?
Right.
Mobile
Right.
is a much larger percentage of their revenue, right? Look at their biggest customers. It's like it's Qualcomm, and then it's AMD, but that business is shrinking as they move to TSMC. And then it's a bunch of other RF type companies, Qorvo and Skyworks and Cirrus and all these companies in mobile. And so, yes, GlobalFoundries is doing great, but if the mobile industry is collapsing, that's far worse than on a revenue basis and a margin basis than the AI market quadrupling.
So they're linked more to mobile, and if mobile is in decline, that's going to hurt them more than the benefits of being linked to leading edge technology and around photonics.
Yeah, at least currently and for the next year. And that could change over time as the mobile and automotive numbers too. Automotive may collapse now with rates going so high and people may stop buying cars.
We'll see. I mean, part of it is
automotive boom stops.